probably slightly closer.
Okay. We're worried about this.
I'll stick here with this.
Okay.
What's funny is I did that also. That was what I was expecting.
I'm telling you, I did it for years.
Anywhere. And here's the great part about it. We have a matching challenge to this. My family is put...
My weapon of choice, I got my guitar, and I got my sarcasm. You ready for this? Just a little taste of his vengeance. America, prepare for your fate. When the trumpets sound, he will astound. Watch the rivers turn to blood. Listen, he loves you forever. But the unbelievers must burn. When the zombie Jew returns.
Washington and Gomorrah. Alright. Butterflies. Fizzy soda pop guys. Once on a street not far from your town, there lived two families, the Boone. Their houses were nice and looked very alike, with the Boones on the left and the Browns on the right. Now at the Boone house lived the Mr. and Mrs., two kids and a cute little beagle named Biscuit. And every weekend they charged up their car motor. Don't do unto others if you don't want them to do it. I once read that room from a dude named Confucius. No fantasy fussing. It's really quite hard to argue and fight over soda pop guys. Drink water. Welcome to the Reason Rally.
I became an atheist. And it was one of the most significant things that's happened in my life. The bullshit everyone around you buys. You think it's ending of your business. What goes on between my thighs?
Military Association of Atheists and Free Thinkers, Mr. Jason Torpy.
He joins us here today as the Reason Rally honors the ideals of America and honors the service and sacrifice of our men and women in uniform. Colonel Retired Kirk Lamb.
Good morning. It's a pleasure and an honor to participate in the Reason Rally. As a member of the Military Association of Atheists and Free Thinkers, and as an American, please stand, remove your hats, and show your respect as the flag of the United States. Those men and women are among us every day, standing silently and modestly, doing their duty for the benefit of us all. They do their duty with the expectation that our elected leaders will employ them with justice and temperance. As war continues in Afghanistan.
Welcome to the largest gathering of atheists / humanists / secularists / non-believers in world history. Despite the rain. And by the way, the rain we're sure will be a source of some people whether or not they believe in Harry Potter. whether or not Harry Potter was an actual being that walked this earth and destroyed the man who shall not be named with the magic and the whole thing. No reasonable person would believe that Harry Potter existed. But I got 9 books that say he did. Now, a couple of little facts and figures here. There are bathrooms over to the right. There are plenty of them. Apparently somebody believes that non-believers have some sort of urinary tract problems. Because we could all piss in our own boots here. In our own little, they're over there on the...
Good morning, everybody. I'm David Silverman, President of American Atheists and proud chair of the Reason Rally Coalition, and I would like to welcome you all to this, the largest atheist gathering in world history. We are here to celebrate secular values, those values which we accept as Americans but have no religious basis. Diversity, equality, charity, compassion, and reason, just to name a few. Nationwide, the non-religious population is both the fastest growing and the most despised. I ask you all, why is that? Why are we hated when we endorse no violence, incite no racism or hatred, and demand nothing more than equal treatment? I'll tell you why. It's easy to hate what you don't know, and the theists don't know us. Well, actually, they do know us, but they don't know they know us, because most atheists in this country are closeted. Bigotry is born of ignorance, but ignorance can be cured. If the atheists weren't closeted, it would be harder to hate us, because in the end, you can't hate what you already love.
Getting debaptized tonight. Alright, so, hi heathens. It has taken a lot of people a lot of years to put this event together. I hope you all have a great time. But if you go home with something to take, without something to take back with you, this will have been for nothing. You guys know the statistics. We are the least trusted, the least electable minority group in this country, but we can change that. So let me suggest a few ways that we could do that, and if you take me seriously, we can make a profound difference in how atheists are perceived and treated in America. Thousands of donors. It is our honor to present you with this check for $62,618. I just want to point out that the memo line says bravery. Thank you for your bravery, your courage, and for inspiring so many of us to remain vigilant about the fight for church-state separation. To everyone, please take those action steps. Support the atheist.
I have a confession to make. I am the evil little thing. That seems to be my identity these days. So, why am I here? I don't necessarily feel like I belong here. I don't think I'm as experienced as the other speakers here. I'm the youngest speaker here. I'm undoubtedly the smallest speaker here. This movement, when I think of this movement, the first thing that comes to mind are the students in it. Can all the students, like, raise your hands? Yeah, I would say that's most of you. And I think what the students in this movement are doing is amazing. And I think it's what brings people together in the biggest way. I witnessed firsthand people all over the world come together to support me and what I was doing. And that's something that I can't begin to express in words, how good it feels. I began all of this when I was a freshman in high school. And it inevitably ended up becoming a lawsuit with the ACLU against my city. And I won that lawsuit in January.
Yeah!
Which was, of course, a positive thing. But, you know, some people don't necessarily like to see it that way. And since then, there's been everything. You can't imagine the things that I've heard. In school, I'll walk down a hallway and people will say, "Ew, it's the atheist." There have been people on the internet, obviously. There was a state representative, Peter Palumbo, who did call me an evil little thing.
Ooh.
But I should give him some credit in a way, because yeah, he gave me a good title there. So, what I said before about this movement, I think the students, thank all of you. I love you, and you are all evil little things to me.
Jessica Alquist. I don't know, maybe it's me, but I think she deserves more love than that. Yeah. She's 16. She's 16. When I was 16, I was still learning how to lift my head.
You know, if you told me 4 years ago that we could gather thousands and thousands of secular Americans to the National Mall, I wouldn't have believed you. But look at you. You did it.
What a freaking crowd. I love this. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for having me here. And no creepy comments about Carrie anymore. Cut that shit out, okay? I have been racking my brain for the past few weeks trying to think of ways to talk about reason.
Well, I trust it goes without saying that I would feel really very sad. I don't think you're special. I mean, I obviously think you're special, but you fall within a bell curve. I mean, I'm just saying I think I probably... I think you are unique and beautiful. You make me happy despite being around. But objectively, you'd have to agree that, baby, when I found you, options were relative. You're lovely, but there must be girls as lovely as you, maybe more open to spanking or...
I'm the opposite of straight.
When she says her name is Storm. Conversation is initially bright and light-hearted, but it's not long.
Now, since 2004, the media dubbed the rise of our movement as the new atheism. It wasn't new, but it was new to them, and we're going to make it new to everybody else. If it's fresh news, we'll spread it. And with the rise of the new atheism, we're here to stay. And we're not only here to stay, we're here to rise. And we're not only here to rise, we're here to thrive. Let reason prevail.
Edward doesn't have to pretend that a man walked on water in order to be elected to a seat that is pretending to be democratic, but is just waiting to sell out to the first lobbyist that offers a check more than $10 and a hand job. it's a thank you. And they give the now breathing child back to the parents, and they look at the mom or dad, and the mom or dad just goes, I just want to thank, and the doctor leans in. God. Well, God damn it. No, it's fine. Thank God that dude doesn't get nearly enough credit. Remind me, did God have to work 2 jobs in order to put himself through medical school? Did God have to bartend St. Patty's Day in Philadelphia, where fake Irish assholes would dry jump each other on top of globs of green vomit? Did he have to pull all-nighters that put him in the emergency room? I didn't know you could overdose on Red Bull. Did you know that?
Giving the reins to show this nation, yes, we are here. Please bow your heads. Oh, wrong crowd, wrong crowd. If somebody asks you to bow your head, grab your wallet. That's a freebie from me.
Skeptics. We have some skeptics here? All right, on the count of 3, I want to hear you say skeptics rule. 1, 2, 3.
Skeptics rule!
What about science? 1, 2, 3.
Science rules!
And what about reason? 1, 2, 3.
Reason rules!
This is going on the webpage. Thank you.
Yeah!
That's too good. What an audience. So, 300 years ago, in a land about 3,000 miles away, a revolution in reason looked for more reliable evidence. Instead of human sacrifices to assuage the angry weather gods, naturalists began to make measurements of temperature, barometric pressure, and winds to create a science of climate. These are not God's tears or Satan's angry tears. Instead of enslaving people because they were a lesser species, we expanded our biological knowledge to include all humans as members of the species. Nevertheless, while we're here, let's celebrate what we have accomplished over the centuries and note the progress that other great American said here about how the arc of the moral universe bends toward justice.
Due to the inclement weather and the fire regulations, I will not be doing my naked dance on fire. I know this is a great disappointment, and I'll try to make up for it.
Everybody out there on the mall, it's a great honor to be addressing the reason.
Yeah!
And when you look at the who's who list throughout history of people who were either declared atheists or who voiced publicly their opinion that religion was bullshit, you can feel a swell of pride as you stand out there on the mall today. A few weeks ago, I taped a message to the religious folks in America who were trying to equate atheism with religion, trying to drag us down to the intellectual level that we are expressly rebelling against. Here then is my response to that. I hope to see you soon. No, until someone claims to see Christopher Hitchens' face in a tree stump, idiots must stop claiming that atheism is a religion. There's one little difference. Religion is defined as the belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, and atheism is precisely not that. Got it? Atheism is a religion like abstinence is a sex position. Now,
Gracias, Paul. Buenas tardes. Caminante no hay camino, se hace camino al andar. Palabras de Antonio Machado, ilustrísimo poeta español. La comunidad libre pensadora hispana. Héctor Ábalos, mexicano, profesor de Ciencias de la Religión en la Universidad Estatal de Iowa.
We have a favorite chant lately, and it goes, "This is what democracy looks like." Well,
this is what enlightenment looks like. Tell me what enlightenment looks like. This is what enlightenment looks like.
the Freedom from Religion Foundation is the nation's largest association of atheists and agnostics, and we have 18,000 members, many of you here. And what sets us apart a bit is our tireless work for separation of state and church. We're a state church watchdog. We have taken more than 50 lawsuits. And it's essential for our nation to stop clinging to superstitions, to stop giving blind loyalty to illusory religious authority. And most important, it's time for our nation to put humanity above dogma. It's not enough to trust in reason to come out publicly as a non-believer. We must do more. At FFRF, we believe freedom depends on free thinkers. There can be no true religious liberty without the freedom to dissent. We were diligently to ensure religion and the Bible.
You can't win. You can't win with original sin. It doesn't even matter how intelligent or kind you may have been. It was all over before it began. You were doomed in the fall of man. You can't win.
Can't agree on what is moral. If they want to discuss religion and morality, have them discuss the Crusades, the Inquisition, the implicit agreement to the slave trade. Have them discuss how missionaries have been footpaths for colonialism, or Pope Pius XII's silent consent to the Nazi movement, or religious men making martyrs of innocence using planes as manned missiles. Have them discuss religious, pro-life activists advocating for the assassination of doctors for performing legal and at times necessary operations. Have them discuss
the source of hatred in the world is religion. And I think it should be treated with ridicule and hatred and contempt. And I claim that right. You're better off thinking for yourself and taking all the risks, and I might add, all the pleasures that will come from that. The most overrated of the virtues is faith.
Dear God, the prevailing emotion for me is sadness. I see the results of a lifetime of controlled indoctrination. I see a system that vilifies new ideas, shuns new discoveries, clinging rather to ancient notions about the nature of our world. And finally, my heart goes out to the millions who see and hear the cruel message of my family, a message that is met with tacit by too many in this society, a message of rejection that seeps into their hearts, leaving them to wonder why a creator made them gay just so he could punish them.
Really experienced serious discrimination. Now, African Americans, we can think of unforgivable violations of their civil rights, including recently. Gay people, discrimination against them to this day. But I gotta tell you the truth. For me, like Bill Gates, not religious, like Warren Buffett, not religious, I'm doing just fine. Well, not just as fine as them, you know. But I am here for those children in Texas and other states who are being told lies about history and science printed in taxpayer-funded textbooks. I am here for the Muslim taxpayer. I am here for the Jewish taxpayer, and I am here for the atheist taxpayer who has our tax money grabbed out of our pockets to subsidize the mansions of mega ministers who preach hate in every town in America. At the Richard Dawkins Foundation, yes.
Lust for power.
Actually having
The religious radicals want to enshroud women in an invisible burqa. They want to take away a woman's right to control her own body. This is not about declaring a blastocyst as a human being. No. This is a war on the womb This is about eradicating a woman's right to take her full place in society, her education, her career, and how she chooses to live her life. This is the radical Christian's invisible burqa. And we are here today to tell them, to tell the world, we will not allow radicals to send women back to a position of enslavement. So I ask you to look toward Congress, and I want you to tell them, we vote. With me, we vote. Now, President Obama, do not allow your daughters or anyone's daughters to be enshrouded in an invisible burqa.
When I meet somebody who claims to be religious, my first impulse is don't believe you. I don't believe you until you tell me. Do you really believe, for example, if they say they're Catholic, do you really believe that when a priest blesses a wafer, it turns into the body of Christ? Are you seriously telling me you believe that? Are you seriously saying that wine turns into blood? Mock them, ridicule them. In public, don't fall for the convention that we're all too polite to talk about religion. Religion is not off the table. Religion is not off limits. Religion makes specific claims about the universe which need to be substantiated and need to be challenged and, if necessary, need to be ridiculed with contempt.
Well, it's been like 2 days since I've been telling people how nervous I am about talking here today, and now to ease my nerves, they come up and tell me, well, it's okay, we're just gonna make you go after Richard Dawkins. So no pressure. Seeing so many people here is absolutely overwhelming, especially with the wind and the rain and baby Jesus crying, I guess. And this event was to take place in my country, I am sad to say it would have probably been 5 people rallying. And maybe 2 of them would be very enthusiastic and 3 of them would be there hoping they might get free stuff. And this is not even a joke. It is really that sad. So it is so exciting to be here. And I've been, thanks. For many months this event has been all over the place. And I see that non-believers are still pretty confused about it. I mean, why are you people going there? Why do you need to rally? What are you even gonna do there? You're really gonna drink infant blood and pray Satan's name and all that? And in all seriousness, there is this misconception that we get together just because we like to bash religion, because it's a fun activity, and it's so much more than that. I mean, of course, there is the fun in it. But as far as I can tell, our criticism of theists, and I think especially creationists, has nothing to do with them just having a religion. There are so many religions and religious cults out there that atheists and, in general, skeptics don't even come close to mentioning. I've never heard a non-believer criticize Jainism, for instance. I mean, a Jainist extremist is somebody who wears a fabric over their nose and mouth so they don't inhale and kill the little bugs. And, you know, they call Islam the religion of peace. I mean, those kind of things, I personally find them weird, but I'm not gonna go and militate against them. I mean, why would I? But the thing is, with the 2 monotheistic religions of Christianity and Islam, they account for more than half of the world population. And incidentally, these 2 religions have a few things in common. And if there are protesters here who say, no, my religion doesn't promote this kind of stuff, I suggest they should go read the book. And I'm talking about denial of science. There are still people trying hard to keep evolution out of school books or bring religion alongside with it. and also opposing contraception and abortion too, because there are only 7 billion people in the world, and we obviously need a lot more. And also this idea that being